Welcome to the AI Beehive podcast, Real Estate and Mortgage Pros. This is your buzz for smarter tech, faster deals, and less grind. Let's get started.
Well, hey there. Welcome to another episode of the AI Beehive podcast. My name is Ginger Bell. I have my co-host with me, George Chevalier. George, how are you?
Hey, Ginger, doing good. Thanks, Ginger. And Chris, we're really glad to have you here. You solved something that all of us deal with, and that's too many tasks and not enough time, right? So what I love about Taskspresso is that it's not just automation for automation's sake. You're actually helping small teams, loan officers, agents use AI to off-road the busy work and focus on the stuff that drives revenue. And so I want to dig into that. Let's start with the problem. Now, Chris, there are those who aren't really familiar with problems you're solving when you built Taskspresso. Can you tell us what is one of the biggest pain points that you help our listeners with?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I appreciate you all for having me and looking forward to being able to deliver some good stuff. But Taskspresso was started out of a personal pain point that we were experiencing. My family and I, we own a family-run property management company where we manage a series of properties throughout Philadelphia and Atlanta. And so with these newer tenants, these newer residents, and some of these platforms that were appearing, we were just trying to fill in gaps of how can we get people to do virtual tours? How can we get people to sign, e-leases? How can we get people to utilize our residential portal to submit maintenance requests and things of that nature? And so we started to build tools that would scratch our own itch. And over the last two or 3 years, as we implemented these tools into our processes, we thought, well, this could work for other people. And so we started to build them into actual products, which today we have three core products that Taskspresso has built. One is a virtual staging / photo to video property management tour platform or property listing tour platform that's called Real Estate Studio. The next is LendSquawk, which allows loan officers, lenders, brokers to be able to not only, for lenders to have their products featured, for loan officers to be able to use a chat GPT-like platform to communicate with their loan documents and find the best rates for their end user. And then for brokerages to be able to have their loan officers utilize this platform to get all the access to their documents and be able to have this conversation in an everyday manner. And then the last tool is a AI avatar platform, which you can create your own AI avatar to help with marketing and video initiatives.
Wow, that's pretty good. Now you hit a pain point for me as a lender, as a broker.
Yeah.
Oftentimes, I have a number of lenders that I work with, and I may get a scenario from a real estate agent or from a client, and I'm trying to figure out where in the world can I place this client. And in speaking with you, you mentioned that LendSquawk solves that problem because what I can do is I can type in a scenario, and LendSquawk, if I remember correctly, can tell me which lenders are likely to take on this loan. Is that correct?
Absolutely. So the cool thing about LendSquawk is these documents that you're talking with are the documents that you provide the platform. So for example, if you have 5 lenders that you work with, you would upload your lenders into the platform. You answer a few questions during onboarding, such as your experience, the type of deals that you get, the type of loans that you typically work with. And then our AI tool would take all that information into consideration and kind of guide you through the process of which loans may be the best, what products may be the best, taking the scenarios that you're providing it and combing through all of that, those matrices, those rate sheets, those guidelines, those overlays to really find the best loan option for your particular client. So it's really fun. It's really amazing. And it's kind of surprising that something like this didn't exist in its totality. So we're looking to fulfill that need.
That's amazing because I know that there are some broker shops that have about 100 different lenders that they work with. So it's impossible to try to remember which lenders do what in every scenario. But you're telling me that if you had uploaded all that information into LensSquad, then Lens could go through and decipher the question or the scenario and tell me if 7 or 8 of these lenders can do that task.
Correct. That is correct. And then you can also compare it across multiple lenders. So if you wanted to find, the LTV for these DSCR loans for a particular scenario, you can do that. So it's really cool and interesting what we're doing. And we know we have people that are loving it, and we hope to have more people love it.
Wow.
I love that. And it is, so Chris, congratulations on that. First of all, because this has been an issue for a long time for brokers that we've talked about. And I come from a background in wholesale. And so, that's always, when I started out as the industry as an account executive, I knew what my competitors did. So like if George came to me with a loan, he's like, I've got this. It's like, hey, I can't do it, but Chris can do it. And I called Chris, hey, Chris, I got a loan for you. And we'd work together, right? So we were our own kind of a internal kind of a, so what you're telling me, and I just want to understand this, you don't have the relationships with the lenders necessarily, because someone like George does a lot of non-QM loans.
Right.
And he works with a lot of very, non-traditional lenders. And so what he can do, and I just want to understand this, so George, you can get the guidelines, if you will, from say XYZ lender, and then upload those guidelines in, identify it as XYZ lender, and then you can have like ABC, 1, 2, 3. So you can upload the guidelines, and it sounds like rate sheets, but I mean, rate sheets are changing all the time. So you kind of have to be careful about that. But, at least with the guidelines anyway. And then based on that information, you basically build this like, okay, here's my kind of like an appraisal management company kind of a thing, where it's like, here's the lenders I work with.
Right.
So you have that baseline. And so George would have his own, I would have my own. And then I get a borrower ends, I upload the documentation that I've received from the borrower. And I know, George, we were just talking in the green room, you have an investor who buys a couple of different properties every other month.
Right.
And so you have all this information. All you need to do is say, okay, this is a property we're looking at. Is it a condo? Is it a single family? Is it a duplex? Is it in Atlanta? Is it in Philadelphia? And you can upload that. And then Lender Squawk, is that right? LensSquawk. I love that name. So then they can say, okay, ABC 1, 2, 3 can do this up to this LTV. So what we used to have to do, calling account executives or looking at matrices, you can probably solve in like a couple minutes. Is that right?
Correct. Yeah.
That is amazing.
If you like, I can show you a quick little demo.
Well, I tell you what, give us a follow-up on it.
Okay.
Because I think that's the thing. George and I were just talking for 2026. We started AI Beehive. I started it like 3 years ago. And now we have hundreds of different tools on there. But we really want to focus on just some core key tools in 2026, especially the first quarter, that are going to really help people to streamline, what they need. Because AI's been around for a while now. And now it's like, okay, how can I use it? How can I leverage it? Where does it make the most sense?
Absolutely.
So, I mean, this would definitely be one. So definitely a follow-up, George. I think would be good for us to do that.
And Ginger, just to even hone in a little bit more. So the loan or the lenders that George uploads is completely separate from the lenders that you upload.
Right. I love that.
The beautiful thing is what we're trying to make is, while we don't have any relationships with lenders right now, what we want to do is to be able to go to lenders and say, hey, we have 500, 600, 1,000 loan officers on this.
Exactly.
platform. You can offer or be featured as a lender on this platform so that you all can discover new opportunities, new products, new lenders that you can work with. So it's a kind of nice revolving door for everyone. For you to discover new lenders, for lenders to get new loan officers. and it just works for all parties. So
Yeah, yeah. I think that's great. And it's kind of where we're at right now with, everything for the AI, it is creating that community.
yeah,
Okay, yeah, does this make sense? And who are the non-QM lenders? George obviously does a lot with that. He can help you out as far as, what makes sense. Now, I'm assuming you, even because I would upload mine, George would upload his,
hmm
you kind of are getting all this information. So you're kind of building this. And that's one of the advantages, obviously, with the large language model is you're building this like information base of there are possibilities, right?
yep,
So the other thing to think about, and George, I always put my marketing hat on.
Right, right.
So it's like not just for scenarios, but if you have your different lenders in there already that can do different things, what if you just put in there, hey, write a marketing script for me on, what I can do for an investor, whether it's a DSCR loan or foreign nationals. That's a really big thing right now, and so having all those guidelines, George, you could really use it to create PowerPoint presentations, marketing information, where you have all that the matrices in there. Have people used it for that, Chris?
they haven't, but that is exactly the future of where we're looking to go.
Cool.
We recently implemented the ability for the we call it Prescott. That's your AI co-pilot, who's always learning. So we have the ability for it to be based on if you're a beginner or maybe you're more intermediate, or maybe you're a veteran in this industry, that it can give you different information and more detailed information based on your level of expertise. So as you converse with it more, you provide more insight, it will enhance and grow. And the ability that you just mentioned is something that we certainly have down the line, where you can just have a conversation. You can, if you like speaking with it, you turn your mic on, you can tell it what you want to do, and it can create those kind of things so that you never have to go into Chat GPT to do this part of your business, because why should you when you can just do everything from one day?
Yeah, if it's already uploaded in there, and I mean, you can do that. Obviously, ChatGPT, you can make your, customized agents to upload, and we've been using it for that. So to be able to have it to where everything's in there, I think is cool.
Yeah,
So you have the lender squawk, which obviously huge, thing there for the real estate agents, though, getting into, and especially because I'm saying this, George, is something for you, for your market, because you deal with a lot of investors
Right.
to be able to, if they are, self-property managers. And it sounds like that's a tool that you offer for them as well, to be able to create those virtual tours and things like that, right?
Yes, yes. So that's a real estate studio that allows you to upload your photos and create your own virtual tours, as well as do virtual staging for those properties. So one example is if the room is empty, you can go upload, select your style, say what type of room it is, and then our platform will generate that virtual stage room. But the cool thing that we have taken the extra initiative is you may not like the room. You may like 80% of it. Well, you can converse with your AI assistant to say, hey, remove the couch and add a plant there. So that's really exciting. Or you can upload a photo with a cluttered room, and you can use our tool to remove that clutter, then create the virtual staging, and then take it over to the photo to video section where you can turn it into an entire property listing video.
That's cool. Hey, I love that. If you can figure out how to do that, where it's like gets rid of the clutter in the house, where it's like it's real, it's like I'm on board with that one. That is so
Well,
cool.
listen, we'll let you try it out so you can, hey guys, just redid the room. So we're excited about that. We actually just rolled that feature out today. So
Cool.
it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Wow.
Awesome. Well, so we're at a point. We like to keep these around 20 minutes, and we definitely want to, we're going to schedule. It's one of the things we want to do is start scheduling some real demos.
Yep.
So we definitely put you on the list for that. But I know, George, you like to get into your rapid fire. So why don't you go ahead
Yes,
and
sir. All right, Chris, are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right, all right. So tell me one task every loan officer should automate today.
I mean, I'm gonna say what Lynn Squawk does, but being able to find answers quicker, and I have to manually do it. So I don't know if that counts as automation. In my mind, it does, but using Lynn Squawk to find your answers quicker.
All right, that works for me. And what's one mistake people make when trying to automate too much?
I think people believe that AI is a end all be all, but you need to have operations or systems in place before jumping into AI. If you do not do that first, and the AI will make it so much easier.
All right. So what's your favorite AI tool besides Taskspresso?
You got to go Chat GPT.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. Second place would be Lovable.
Okay. All right. And one task you personally refuse to do manually anymore.
I wish it was sending texts, but it would be making videos. My background is in video production. I did that for 10 years. I use AI to make videos now. So,
I'm going to interject. So what's your favorite AI tools for making videos?
CapCut is one of them. I use another, it's kind of like Opus Clips, but it clips up all my things. And then last one will be FeedHive, which is what I use to actually post all of them to all of the Facebook pages and Instagram and
Cool.
pages.
All right. So last question. Morning person or night owl when it comes to creative work?
Night owl. During the day, you're still responding to tenants, your loved ones. But around 9 o'clock, it's just me, my mood lights, some good music, and AI.
All right. Well, Chris, man, that's awesome. That's really awesome.
Oh, I love it.
For having me.
Hey, absolutely. So for our listeners who want to find out more about everything that you have, how can they get everything from you?
Yeah, so you can go to taskspresso.com, TASKSPRESSO.com, and that has the links to all of the platforms that we just spoke about. And if you want to follow me, you can do so at It's Chris Coleman on Instagram. You may see AI posting for me, but I'm on there. If you shoot me a DM.
I love it. Well, Chris, thank you so much. And we definitely will have you back, get some demos going and everything. Awesome. So definitely stay in touch with us and connect with Chris, because this is a great tool. It's one of those things that can definitely make a business difference for you. And that's what the AI Beehive is all about. That's why we started it. That's why we do what we do. And so make sure and connect with Chris, follow him on Instagram, give him some love. And Chris, thank you so much. George, thank you. And make sure and get your app. We are on the iPhone and the Android. Get the AI Beehive app and start checking out some of the tools like Chris is. So thanks and have a great day and go use some AI.
Thanks for tuning in to the AI Beehive podcast, where real estate and mortgage pros get the buzz on all things AI. Don't forget to subscribe, share the buzz, and visit www.aibeehive.com to keep building your smarter business. Until next time.